Scoop, Brooklyn Clan, Timberland, Timberland, Batman Scoop, Brooklyn Clan, Timberland, Timberland. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Whatever I say, y'all gotta do. Y'all too, y'all too, y'all too, y'all too.
Oh Lord, guess who's coming? Timberland, aka Bill Drummond. Who gon' get it crunk like me, Timberland? Or my nigga Scoop, aka Fat Man. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce. Fellas say, oh, girls say, ah.
What's happening, guys? Joe Clem 15 coming at you again. Here to just talk boxing. Just talk about some of the recent fights that just happened this weekend, and then breaking news, I guess. So we start off with Zab Judah versus Kaiser Buza, 7th round TKO. I predicted Zab Judah would get a close decision, which looked like it was going to be on its way to being that. I had the fight very close leading up to the stoppage, maybe even with Kaiser ahead slightly. And like they were, if the fight wouldn't have got stopped, I think it would have been a close decision in Judah's favor, mainly because with the addition of Pernell Whitaker and Zab Judah's spiritual revival, I guess you could say, it has made him a better fighter in a sense, because although he's definitely not going to have Pernell Whitaker status defense, his defense, the fact that he's going to be more defensive minded is going to improve his defense a little bit. Not super significant to where he's like, oh my gosh, he's a great defensive fighter, but it's certainly going to help. It's going to help him conserve his energy, which is very important, because that's been one of his biggest flaws, and it's actually something that's very correctable. Like, they say, though, the term, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. This is an adjustment that can be made at an older age. Having a defensive mindset and thus having to conserve your energy can help prevent that flaw that you used to have in burning out or getting tired in the last half of the fight. In terms of the spiritual revival, or him finding God, his new found faith is very important. For some people, it's not very important, to be honest. I know that sounds kind of messed up and anti-God, but in terms of how you perform in the ring, I feel like for some people it's beneficial, some people it's neutral, or just not super significant. But for Zab, I think it is, because his problem has always been mental, and if he seems to have all this faith in himself and in God, I feel like he's empowered. He has a certain sense of confidence, and a confident Zab Judah is a dangerous Zab Judah, because again, he's been psychologically affected by pressure in the ring, and that's something that's mental. That's a mental case, and I feel like mentally he's stronger than he's ever been, which is yet another thing in which you can correct with old age. I'm looking forward to seeing Judah fight more often now. He seems to have revived his career. I'd be right now, well, you guys can tell me what you think. I personally feel like he should try to unify the title with Amir Khan, and then have a super unification match with Tim Bradley, and see who's fight for the undisputed title. I guess that would be who would be undisputed, and I think that would be the first undisputed 140-pound fighter ever. I think, could be wrong on that, but I don't think there has been an undisputed junior welterweight. And then, of course, Judah would be the former undisputed welterweight champion of the world, and then current junior welterweight champion of the world. But that's thinking a little bit far ahead. But personally, I do think he should try to unify the title with Amir Khan. I think that'd be a very interesting fight. But hey, I'm also glad to see that I think he has a new promoter I saw this woman in there, after he fought, she was hugging him and stuff like that. I think that's his new promoter, but I'm kind of glad to see that he's away from Don King because then your life is really truly on the right path, you know. But so yeah, that's what's going on with Super Jab Judah. Canelo dominates Matthew Hatton. we all knew that. I don't even know if I have to go into discussion about that, but basically, in my opinion, Canelo is going to be the next somebody. I feel like in the next five years, he's going to be top 3 pound for pound, possibly. Maybe even number 1. I think he'll be making a lot of money. Kid Cinnamon. He's gonna have. He's very marketable, being that he's Mexican and he looks white, and his fighting style is tight. I mean, he's very talented. He's very young. He's gonna be. He's probably gonna replace De La Hoya. Replace De La Hoya as Mexican count. So I'm very interested to see how his career shapes up. Sorry if I'm talking a little bit funny. I have a really bad toothache. I think my wisdom tooth is coming in, or I got an infection or something. Really hurts. Anyway, the klitchko-Haye fight is finally on. Vladimir and David Haye are going to be fighting June or July. Of course, this is a very much anticipated fight. Boxing needed it. I'll be looking forward to giving that prediction. And it's interesting because some of the people, my friends that I box with, people on my team, I guess you could say, we were having a discussion, and somebody said something very interesting. They said, boxing is a sport that's always dying, and certain events or people keep it alive. But nonetheless, it's a sport that's always dying and always striving to stay alive. I found that to be very interesting. Despite the fact that boxing has had its great decades where it's flourished, I find the statement to be somewhat true. As many complaints people have about boxing, and although there's an emergence of MMA, UFC, there's like this sense of boxing just not quite going away yet, and repeatedly it's found a way to save itself. Even when the heavyweight division was dead pretty much in the 80s, the Fabulous Four kept it alive. Things like that. And so now we are in this era where boxing popularity is in question and is at stake, and then you could possibly have the most anticipated heavyweight fight in the past, and since Klitschko Lewis, or Tyson Lewis, and then you could then possibly the highest grossing fight of all time between Manny and Floyd right around the corner. So these are just my thoughts, a little bit of boxing talk. Gonna give you my Andre Berto Victor Ortiz prediction in the next day or so, and that's about it. Joe Cliff, can't even say my own username. I hate toothaches. Joe Clem 15 signing out. Peace. Much love to all the boxing channels and everything. Damn, man. Just like I got socked in the jaw, man. It hurts. Hope you guys don't have to go to the dentist. It helps. Almost forgot. One more thing. Quick question to the boxing community, and I figure I might as well just get out there now. why don't we rank women as far as boxing goes? Personally, I feel like Layla Ali is the greatest female boxer of all time. Does she rank up there with the all-time greats? Simple question. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. You know, is she top 5 pound for pound? Gender for gender? However you want to, or, you know, express how you would evaluate that system, or put forth that kind of a ranking if we were to include women boxers, or if you have to keep it separate. Alright, now I'm finally out, because my jaw really hurts.
Batman Scoop, Brooklyn Clan.